Wow. Okay. There was a point. Oh, you can. No.
Yuna.
Let me talk first.
I'm all right. I'm fine, really.
Wow, look at this FMP.
Wow, that actually took a lot out of Yuna. That's important.
Yeah.
What did Shinra say?
He said it might be some kind of, interference with the sphere waves.
He's making shit up.
Yumi's dress sphere and the sphere screen reacted with each other, and, the consciousness burned into the dress sphere was projected onto the screen. Or something like that.
Okay, Rico, I'm not blaming you. I think you're right in what you said that he said. I think he's making shit up.
Yeah.
When I asked, he
He's
said,
BSing
I'm
you.
only a kid.
Shinra's the worst.
It's Len.
He is.
I was singing her feelings. During the song, I could feel them welling up inside until they just...
Payne's just mad because this all has become the Yuna show, and she wants the band to take another direction.
And Shuyin?
They're having creative differences.
So there's
But
two
Yuna wants
directions
it.
that this can go.
Not just one direction.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
That is...
That was a lot to work with. Also, I like how they all jumped off the edge, too.
Oh boy.
They went that way. So that cleared up a lot.
No.
That actually didn't add to the questions. That cleared up a whole lot. In one dumb pop song, I mean, you could flippantly dismiss it as that, but, like, that cleared up very well that Yuna is kind of, like, Len's identity is pushing through Yuna, just like Shu Yin's personality is pushing through
Baralai.
Tidus and Baralai.
Tidus, yeah.
Both. All these people do look very similar, but also very different. Tidus actually not in this at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like that kind of just crystallizes that. But the person who looks like Tidus, Shu Yin, is very much in this game, as is in the dress sphere that Baralai was in. Okay. There are two characters that are here, Baralai and Yuna. They each have a dress sphere of these other two characters that they once had, and thus some kind of memories can be tapped into via the dress sphere.
Mm-hmm.
And that somehow translates to power, such as being able to sing or fight. That's all very cool. That makes a lot of sense. And it goes back to the main thesis of this game, that we find power in ourselves that is translated through history. Is translated through the shared events that we've all had together. And not Yuna, but Len and Shu Yin have had this shared moment of having to fight against these large powers, large invading forces. And they do the Romeo and Juliet thing. They hug each other, they die together, they get shot a bunch. And Yuna has had
I don't think
similar...
they were shot, though.
I don't know if they were shot. I mean...
Romeo and Juliet weren't shot.
Okay, Romeo and Juliet, they shot themselves. It was...
They poisoned themselves.
They poisoned themselves.
They weren't shot. At all. There weren't guns.
There aren't... What do you mean, there weren't guns?
Guns weren't allowed back then.
If it brings
Lux.
spirit together, even a little, then I'm glad.
Indeed, I believe it shall.
Who's this guy? Big Pope head.
He just climbed aboard.
Yes, I climbed aboard with my magnificent beard.
Fists once raised
Tiresome
in anger
squabbling. He's
became
saying the right
helping
stuff.
hands,
Yeah.
offering solace to a
He's the guy that's like,
neighbor.
yeah, all this is stupid.
I must admit that I too
He said that in the last game,
shed
too.
my share of tears.
He was the historian that was like, oh, you're traveling at the same time that I am.
Of course.
Cool. Would you like to hear about this, milady?
Where to begin?
And that was the point when I realized, it's not as creepy if you're an old man.
Was a popular
Also not as anti-religious if you interpret religion as a sort of way to catalog history.
Yeah.
She might have lived out her years as a performer. But the times
I mean,
and
that's one way
her
of
times
looking at
did
some
not
religions. I
allow
mean,
such a thing to be.
there were a lot of tribes in the Middle East that, like, they existed, but they never cataloged anything. We only know what their names were or how they behaved in relation to stories from other religions that we still have stories about of those people.
Men knew she would not return home alive. Nonetheless, She was prepared to lay down her life to protect her people.
Okay, we get it. You like Lin.
There was one person.
You really like this Lin chick.
Yes, he would do anything.
They were
to
alive at the
save
same
her.
time. He's
He
Shuyin.
was.
He was a young, attractive, and very hot man. He was so cool, and all the ladies loved him.
Whatever his name.
Okay, they're still being cagey with the whole Shuyin Tidus thing.
Okay.
However,
It didn't go well.
the lovers met a truly tragic end.
Okay, Mr. Shakespeare, we get it.
We all witnessed almost certainly a
We really get it.
last moments.
Alright.
And he fades off into the distance.
Bye.
So Shuyin was Len's lover.
Yes, Pam.
And so that
yes.
means the weapon that he tried to steal to save her must have been,
Gognagon. What's it?
Vegnagun.
Vegnagun.
I
The
think I can
Gognagon.
kind
The
of
Vengabus.
understand how he felt. So hard to save someone. 2 years ago, I was the same. Trying to find some way to save you.
That's right. Hey, the Vengabus cannot solve all of your guys' problems. You can't just get aboard the Vengabus.
I'll always be grateful to you.
Aww.
Maybe Len felt the same way.
That's right.
The man she loved.
Len and
struggled to save her.
Shuyin
He
felt
fought
the
till his
same
very
way as
last
Riku
breath
and
for her.
Yuna. That tight,
I think that
Tight
Len's
love.
final words
Aww.
might have been happy
Very
words.
tight love.
I
aww.
love you.
Payne is really into this story.
Yes, there is a connection. But wait,
Yuna's love is not for Riku. Yuna's love is for Tidus!
everything is all wrong. He never heard. The one
It gets
person she
confusing.
wanted to
That's
tell,
why
he never
Payne
heard her
has two
words.
different slash fic novels under her bed that she writes every night.
What do you know? It's
Yep.
LeBlanc's game.
Hey!
Yuna, I'll have them wait in the engine room.
One of them is for Yuna Riku, the other one is Yuna Tidus.
The Yuna Tidus one's much smaller. Just shorter. She has her favorites. Oh boy, we're going to the engine room. Okay.
We're not checking underneath Payne's bed for
No.
these slash fics.
I don't even know if there's 3 beds in this place.
Yeah, there were.
Were there exactly 3? Because there's a lot
Yeah.
more than 3 people on this ship.
There was exactly 3. Everyone
Folks.
else gets to sleep on the floor.
I guess they can't all sleep at the same time anyway, because someone's gonna pilot the ship,
I
right?
guess that's true.
So they probably take shifts.
Yeah.
Keep the ship up.
Wait, why are we going to the engine room?
LeBlanc's gang's in there.
Why?
I don't know. We probably have to fight them again.
I've been hunting around since we last met, and I happened to find a rather peculiar sphere.
LeBlanc, are we friends now, or are we
Shows
enemies?
my noogie woogie. For some reason, that chump Barrel Eye is there too.
Oh.
But it's from some years ago. I'm afraid it's not much help now, loves.
Cool.
How about you? Have you tracked down my noogie yet?
Nuge is on the farm.
That's
I saw him there with
impressive hip swing that she's doing.
Doing in a place like that.
I think he's searching for Barrel Eye.
By the way, he's between life and death right now.
Oh, so Barrel Eye is the one pulling Vegna gun strings. I should have known.
How do you know?
No, that's not it. How do I explain?
OPP, how do I explain it? I take it frame by frame.
Boys, we're going to the far plane.
And that's when Yuna had to explain to LeBlanc OPP.
Anything but that, boss.
I can understand, Ormy, your hesitance to want to go between the planes of life and death.
Be silly.
Yeah.
The power of love conquers all. It's decided. We're going to save
Also,
Spira.
how can you go there
Yes, ma'am.
if we were piloting the ship?
Well then, get this tanker moving.
That's how.
Oh.
She'll use her fan. She'll shove us out of the way.
Whoosh.
Cool. That's just... It's a cool walk cycle. I'm into it. It's good.
Okay. So now what?
She's steaming. She's fanning the steam.
Oh yeah, we should talk to Shinra about the thingy that she just got.
Yep.
That we just got.
Yep, we can look at that now.
Let's do that.
Dun, 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 dun. We didn't have to use that rhythm game minigame during the FMV at all.
Dang.
Yeah.
And you've been practicing for like ages with
What
that.
have we here? Looks like a transmission, but it's pretty weak.
This transmission's hella weak.
I'm getting signals from the comm sphere we dropped in that hole, but I can't seem to connect.
Enough, little boy. Move aside.
LeBlanc, are you gonna use Shinra's computers better than Shinra?
See, it connected.
The hell?
Ugh, that's
Oh, comic
She-
relief.
broke it.
No, she fixed it. Just the
Okay.
opposite way.
Inconceivable!
She was
Aw.
pissed.
Impressive machina. An invention like this could change the world. Whoever came up with this is a genius.
He's got good taste.
Guess I'm a genius too for fixing it. Anybody home?
Gipple!
I don't think he can hear us.
No
Kapow.
response.
Some genius.
Wow.
Nuji!
If you're done playing, let's go.
Like the camera's just violently spinning around. Where are we looking at, guys?
Lost your nerve?
Hey, we're talking about Vegnagon. How the heck do you fight that thing? We can't even walk up to it without freaking it out.
Or making it mad.
Yeah.
But I've got a plan.
If it doesn't work,
We all die.
Death will be my
Oh.
apology.
Oh.
Okay.
You're right.
whatever, man. When a Death Seeker dies, that's no apology. What about LeBlanc?
Well, she...
Oh.
Dick move.
Seriously. What is he gonna say?
Why did it cut off like that? Ugh! Just when he was getting to the juicy bits!
Not my fault.
She's so mad.
What
Well-
a piece of junk! Forget it, I'll go ask him myself.
There you go, LeBlanc.
Good job.
What about the Gullwings?
Even brother's like,
I
I've
think
had
we
enough of
should
this.
help out Nuge. But first, I want to try talking to Shu Yin. I have to tell him how Len felt. I'm sure he'll understand.
Wow, Yuna really is affected by Shu Yin not being able to be there for that performance.
Yeah.
What with him being dead and all.
Together, this time.
Hey.
How did he rise?
Gullwings! We move out! Celsius! Full speed ahead!
Because Shu Yin's from 1,000 years ago, right?
Okay.
With Len.
Okay.
So I'm assuming he's going to tell Baralai through the dress sphere about Len or something. That'll fix things. I did not know that that moved like that.
Neither did I.
Like gallops into the air.
This makes it even better.
Cool ship, guys.
Good job.
It's just like, yeah!
Wow.
Chapter 4 complete. And guess how many fights we had? One fight.
One fight.
Good stuff. This is a great
Nicely
game.
done.
This is This is just awesome. Let's save.
And
let's
we're
do the thing.
80% through the game.
Yes, we are.
Wow.
Oh, feels good.
Oh, wow. This is so weird.
Is it kind of bittersweet? A little,
Yeah.
a little too close
Yeah.
to the end. You don't want it to end.
I don't want it to.
But there are other things we need to worry about too.
Riku, I feel like all of the things that we need to worry about
Shall we
are
go
all
check
at
things out?
Vegnagun.
I don't know if we have time.
Yeah.
Well, let's play it by ear.
Way to take control.
Gullwings! Round up! It's strategy time!
So they're gonna give us one more option to go everywhere, but we really only need to go to the farm.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
For the end of the game.
Yep.
Already. Wow.
Well, I think that we can call it here then for this chapter. And as such, like we talked a lot about a lot of interesting stuff today.
Yeah.
The main ideas of
Like wolves.
wolves,
Yes.
Riku having an identity problem, like a thing that affects her that she wants to try to solve over the course of all of this. The anti-religious sentiments as historically based.
In the deepest reaches of the far plane. The only way in is to jump.
And we're okay, so we are going to the hole.
Yeah. But which one?
All right, there were a
There's
couple
one in
holes,
Basin,
weren't there?
One in Kilika,
Yeah,
and one in
I forgot about the one in the
Joseton.
first act.
And the hole that Vegnagun opened up in the Bavel underground.
So, which one do we jump into?
We'll each jump into one.
We just pick a hole and die.
That's what brother said.
Yeah. Giggity.
You can decide which hole we pick.
Whatever, Yuna. Whatever, brother. And the whole thing about all of these characters existing within each other as other characters and creating this layered history, like a fabric that is woven and worn throughout time. Really cool. Guys, this game is cool. I can't emphasize this enough. I'm just seeing it all for the first time. But this is a freaking cool game. It's so smart. And even though it also like mechanically tries to do a whole bunch of very silly things, it gets a lot of things right though, especially with spaces that we inhabit, how the camera moves. The FMVs are fantastic. I'm very overwhelmed by like all this cool stuff. Do you have anything to add to any of that?
I'm glad that you were having a good time
Thank
with
you.
your first Final Fantasy game.
It's like my
With your first Final Fantasy game.
This is my 10-secondeth Final Fantasy game. Alright, anyway, that's enough from us. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time for the final chapter of Final Fantasy X-2.
And I'll see you in 3 to 6 months.
For the last chapter of Final Fantasy
Yep.
X2. My hair will be 3 to 6 months longer and faded. Alright, good night everyone.
Night.